Feeling dizzy, you crumple to the ground, clenching your chest for air. You start to get cold sweats and feel nauseous, as if you're experiencing heartburn, only worse. This is exactly what 50-year-old Sue Schlebeck experienced during her morning walk. Minutes later, Schlebeck was in the hospital, fighting for her life. She was a block away from the hospital when she hit a red light along with another sharp pain. Her decision to run the light ultimately saved her life. In America, heart attacks like Sue's happen regularly, and the problem of obesity sweeping the nation is partly to blame. As I have researched, I have found that way more people than you might think struggle with being overweight, including kids even younger than ourselves. The reasons for this could be what food some of these people eat and how much physical activity is being implemented into their daily routine. I have played sports my whole life, and I have maintained a healthy lifestyle too, but everyone here, including myself, can think of someone who has struggled with their health and weight, or has even battled obesity. As the future of America, we can do better to improve the overall health of our communities and make physical activity more appealing. Because a healthier you is a healthier America. Today, I am going to convince you of the problems of obesity in America and provide some solutions. To fully be aware of the problem with obesity in America, let's look at some health issues that come with obesity and the effects the lack of physical activity has on the body. Let me start off by talking about the common health issues that are found in patients with obesity. Today, cardiovascular disease is the #1 cause of death in America, which is one of many symptoms that develop with obesity. According to the article written by the Environmental Health Perspectives, physical activity is one of the strongest modifiable factors associated with CVD risk. In other words, physical activity is the most effective way to go from morbidly obese to a healthy weight, while significantly reducing your risk of cardiovascular disease and venous thrombosis. The Harvard Men's Watch says that prolonged sitting in people who watch significant amounts of television can increase your chances of venous thrombosis by 70%. Now that I've informed you of the life-threatening health issues that come along with obesity, I'll move on to discussing the effects the lack of physical activity specifically has on the human body. In most cases, we see that the amount of physical activity one gets and their health go hand in hand. And usually the most obvious problem in obese Americans is the extreme lack of exercise, along with everyday activity. A study was done on college students where their physical activity and health was measured. And then they compared them, and what the International Journal of Behavioral Medicine found was that American students who considered themselves overweight showed a much greater likelihood in lacking physical activity. They compared these to their peers who were perceived to be at a healthy weight and who had a healthy amount of physical activity. Seeing that these college kids are at their prime, their health should be too. But in America, obesity is so normalized, these kids getting no physical activity and being on a healthy diet is unfortunately a common occurrence. In the article, Teens' Food and Body Image, it says, for today's teens, being attractive has become terribly important, and they measure themselves by physical attributes. They believe that who they are is closely connected with how they look. Not many teens experiencing obesity firsthand, however, but many do not get enough physical activity, and they eat lots of junk food, and they still manage to look good enough for society standards. But if these teens continue this lifestyle, it will eventually catch up to them later, and they could potentially be obese or get diagnosed with health issues like type 2 diabetes. Now that these problems surrounding obesity have been addressed, let's move on to talking about how to resolve them, both individually and as a society. To help oneself, exercising more regularly and getting the daily physical activity needed is the easiest way to get back to a healthy version of you. When you are first beginning small changes in your routine, it will over time turn into bigger ones and your goals will begin to seem achievable. The Harvard Men's Health Watch states several tiny ways to get yourself more active, such as getting up and walking around in place during TV commercials or always standing and walking around when you're on the phone. By doing these minute exercises, you will feel like you are helping yourself and your body while also staying comfortable with your routine and not having to make drastic changes in your life. As you become healthier, America becomes healthier too. And your society, it will help to surround yourself with people who will influence you to make good decisions rather than bad ones. Our families and friends should be encouraging us who need to lose the weight by holding us accountable or even making the change with us. In the article, Permanent Weight Loss, Motivation, What It Takes, Glenn tells his own personal motivation, which was his mom saying things like, "You look so thin and handsome," going, "You're doing such a good job," then going out and buying him new clothes. This would make him feel more confident and would help show him off his new body. This motivation is called intrinsic motivation, which is motivation coming from your surroundings, and is the most effective type in most cases. In conclusion, I have told you about the problems of obesity in America as well as the solutions that can be implemented to resolve these problems individually and together. Physical activity not only helps you maintain or even lose weight, but severely lowers your chance of health diseases as well, such as cardiovascular disease. Our bodies are a temple, and when we keep them healthy, we become the best version of ourselves. A healthier you is a healthier America. We all want to achieve a happier, long life, so let's all start by getting up and exercising, not tomorrow, but today. Thank you.